So today's going to be a cool day. I am going to a Caferacer meet about, I think, 50 kilometers from here. And it's going to be the real trip with my Caferacer, which I've been testing the last days. Just finished the fender in the front. So I got everything ready. I've even mounted my quad lock over here, so I can use this phone and Moto Gadget to see if that works. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. So I'm gonna get ready. It's really warm outside, so it's like 32 degrees already, and it's like 11 o'clock. There's rain this afternoon, so I'm not gonna be there for long, but I think it's gonna be a cool trip, so I'll see you there. So this was quite an important ride for me, because this was the real proper ride I'm going to do with the bike that started my entire channel and everything with building a motorcycle. And so I was pretty nervous actually to do this. So I got on my way, and I knew straight away I had some sort of clutch problems, which I've been having from day one. In this instance, the clutch was like kind of slipping, so as soon as I was giving more throttle, I could hear it, like it was like I was keeping the clutch in with my left hand, but I wasn't. I could hear it straight away, but it kind of changed along the way. But especially in this part, yeah, you can kind of hear it. So just listen along with me, and you can hear it. So I throttle up, but you can kind of still hear it, like I'm clutching the clutch, but I'm not. So that was like a thing all through this trip, causing the bike to stall every now and again. But all in all, it was a lot better than it's ever driven, and I was on my way. So I decided to drive to the center of Utrecht first and have a kind of pit stop over here at this petrol station. Kind of see if the bike would run idle, because it was getting really, really warm. The weather was like really warm as well. And also the gauges on my phone, which you see on the left side, was not showing anything. So kind of had a fiddle, and it actually ran pretty good. So at this point, the bike was running all right, and I figured just keep going, fiddle around with the phone, and it started to work. So it was actually showing things. Made another pit stop, got some fuel. Still had problem with the clutch, so I kind of fiddled with the cable tensioner on the bike. Had another go, and it felt a little better. So, well, let's go. It was about 30 kilometers from where I needed to be. It was 32 degrees at that point, I think. So that was pretty hot. Yeah, the bike was doing actually pretty well at this point, and I kind of get going. So I finally got to the town of Achterveld, and the bike was really giving me problems. It really wanted to stall because when it gets too hot sometimes, especially now, it just wants to stall. So I revving actually as I drove into this, well, Caferacer heaven, which is a bit of a bummer, but stuck behind this bicycle dude, yeah, and I had to keep the engine revving, as you can see, but I made the video, so it was pretty cool. And you'll see the guy just over on the left here. He's gonna come back in this story. I'm at Caferacer day today in Holland. Achterveld it's called. My bike is right over there. And it's really cool. It's a really hot day, as you can see. Plenty of bikes. A lot of bikes over there as well. Yeah, it's a really hot day. It's like 30 degrees right now, so everybody's sweating. It's actually pretty fun. A lot of bikes, cool stuff. So it's like a Ducatis, but then I saw this one. It was actually for sale. I think it was a Yamaha, but I really loved that ignition key right in the middle of the tank. It was belt driven, as you can see. I think that was the coolest feature on this bike. That was like a crazy bike as well. Really cool stuff, but yeah. Not Caferacers, but still pretty cool. So I put my bike a bit in the back. I had a really cool neighbor, which is this lovely sidecar BMW. Father and son in this thing. It was really cool. I think it's an R1, I'm not really sure, but really nice. And talking about BMW, there were so many BMWs everywhere. I really like this one as well. It's really well done. Nice and neat, it was so clean. BMWs are pretty cool, and this is one of my favorites, the red one. There's another BMW. Kind of want to use this idea for my Honda CX500. I really love those lights, the tires, the color, and the racks on the back. So this is one of the reasons I go to these things now, to get some inspiration and look at stuff that other people do. I really like this, yeah. The grains, and especially hanging things on the back like that. So yeah, pretty cool. So I was walking around, I saw this lovely CX500 with the blue color. It was just lovely. It was perfect. There was not a scratch on this thing. I didn't meet the guy or girl who brought this thing. It was just perfect. So yeah, seat was nice, everything was nice on this bike. It was just like mint condition. Yeah, really enjoyed that. But as you can see, there was a lot more stuff to enjoy over there. Modern bikes, so not everything was Caferacer, but there was like this cool Honda CB754. Yeah, these I really like these Hondas. Yeah, but more cool stuff. They had a motoscope, as you could see. Yeah, really nice stuff. And there's so much inspiration from all these bikes.
So this bike caught my attention. I love the color scheme. And I love the gauges over there. You see the little LEDs on the right? This was a really clean bike, and I love the brownish stuff. Yeah, really, really nice. Oh, and it was such a hot day. It was so warm. So they were really nice bikes, but I do think my bike really fitted in for a first time ever. I think I did a pretty good job as a cafe racer. And there were other ones that had like this really crazy kind of paint. There were more bikes like that. It's pretty cool. And yeah, this is an oldie but nice. And then there was this Honda CB504, which is a bike for some reason I really like. It's just so cool with a kickstart. I love the colors. I love this whole display. These bikes are really cool. The fenders with those little supports at the front and the back. Yeah, this is just, and the spoke wheels of course. If I want to do anything, is get my hands on one of these at some point.
Other bikes, cool stuff. Lots of Italian bikes, German bikes, lots of English bikes, Nortons and Primes and stuff. Not so many Japanese ones, some Harleys as well. Well, there's more over there, but it was my first ride with my GS450. The first one I ever did, so I'm pretty chuffed that I actually made it. It was a bit sketchy with the clutch and stuff, and it started stalling at the end, but I made it up to here, so all I have to do is get home for Formula One. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed it, little show, and time to get back home.
So as I was pulling up from the fair or something, I think I could hear the clutch was sticking again. Now it differs when the engine gets really warm, and it was like, yeah, it was like a really hot day. So kind of kept fiddling with the cable again, as you can see on the left hand side, trying to adjust it. And just further up the road, I knew there was like a gas station. So I would just check the fuel, see if I've got enough fuel, because I'm still learning this bike. There's no fuel gauge on this thing. So I decided just see what the bike does, have it idle for a bit, check if I've got enough fuel to get home, and just fiddle with a gas cable, and go from there, and hope to get home. So everything turned out to be a-okay, so let's go and get home. Yeah, because there was rain coming and the forecast wasn't too good, and I still had to get 50 kilometers to get home when I spotted this guy just on my left. Now this was the guy I met at the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. We spoke a little, and he was already apprehensive whether or not his bike was going to work or not work when he was going to get home, and it didn't work. So we kind of talked about it. He's got some help on his way, so I felt comfortable just leaving him there. I couldn't help him anymore, and I still had to go like 50 kilometers, and he was like 10 from his home. And we will meet again, I think.
Ik heb ook een keer op Prime gehad, het is mijn hele motorblok
his bike is actually pretty cool, and he's deciding whether or not to chop it. My advice would be not to chop it, because that is actually a really cool bike, and just get it looking as original as he can and enjoy it that way. But that's up to him. Anyway, he was okay. He was going to get home, and I think an hour later he was home, so everything turned out right. So I decided to put my glasses back on, get the bike going, and get back home.
Daar leer je van, hè? Ja. Gelukkig ben je redelijk dicht bij huis.
Ja, precies. Als ik naar huis moet doen, het kan wel. Wordt een beetje warm, maar kan wel.
Ja.
Moet je in naar huis?
Ja, gewoon in de vrije zitten natuurlijk. Ja, ik hoop dat we een beetje goed thuiskomen. Ik ben er ook nog niet. Hey, tot de volgende keer, hè?
So as you can see, I'm still fiddling with the cable wire, and later on I stopped as well, just to kind of fine tune it. In the end I got it nearly good, but the clutch is still not perfect on this bike. But other than that, the ride back was really cool. Some other guy that came from this meet, we met up and rode back like a couple of kilometers together, so it was really cool.
Alright, so I just got back. It did pretty good actually. Bit of clutch problem still. But apart from that, kind of tweaked the cable over here. She did really good. 225 kilometers on the clock now. So I did about 150 today, I think. It was really hot. But it was a fun day. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one. Alright, bye bye.